Hello everybody, I'm your host Aldemaro Romero Jr. On December 17, 2014, President Barack Obama in the United States and President Raul Castro from Cuba announced simultaneously that they were establishing diplomatic relations between both countries. What does it mean in terms of the effect of this defreezing of relations between these two countries for people in colleges and universities in both the United States and in Cuba? Well, it probably means a lot. In the first place, there will be much easiness in ways by which Americans can go to Cuba and participate in conference there, as well as collaborate with Cuban colleagues. And by the same token, we can expect that this normalization of relations will make easier for Cuban academicians who want to visit the United States to come to this country, get these visas easier with less unpredictability that I had before, and in consequence improve this type of relationships. At the same time, we can expect that now major international conferences can take place in Cuba, like for example the Latin American Studies Association annual meeting, which in the past has had a lot of difficulties in terms of Cubans getting the visas to come to that meeting in the United States. We can also expect many more Americans going to Cuba to study either Spanish or any other subject. Now things that will be easier. Another important improvement will be the ability for Cubans to get better internet access, something they didn't have so far. Just to give you an example, the internet access for the entire island of Cuba was about, in terms of broadband, the size of any medium-sized college and university in the United States. That will allow them to have more access to information and also for us to communicate better with them. Now you may ask, what areas can be there in common between Cuban scholars and American scholars in terms of studies and doing projects together? Based on my conversation with Cuban scholars, the list is very simple. It's natural disasters, that's something they're very interested in working on, environmental studies, biotechnology, visual performing arts, history, political science, mass communications, and agriculture. And this last one has a number of political, I would say, overtones. The reason is very simple. The Cubans needs a lot of the agricultural products that are produced in the United States. And in fact, one reason why many conservative representatives in the US Congress are very warm to the idea of expanding their relations with Cuba is because they represent agricultural districts in which there are many farmers who are very interested in supplying the demand that Cuba has for US agricultural products. Therefore, as you can see, there are many possibilities for expanding this type of relationship between the United States and Cuba in terms of academics, and therefore the possibilities are huge now. It is a moment for the leadership in different colleges and universities to take advantage of this in order to provide our students and faculty with many more opportunities to visit this so-called forbidden fruit that for many years Cuba has been in the United States. Thanks for watching the Romero Report. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. And let me know, what do you think about Cuban-American relations for academia? What sort of research opportunities are you looking forward to, and how do you think this opening up of relations will affect diplomatic relations with other countries around the world? And next week, we'll be discussing the topic of free higher education. Is it possible? Stay tuned.